Yeah, absolutely. So, maybe about 10 years ago, I was traveling internationally. I was in Spain. And one of the things that I like to do when I'm abroad is I search for where African restaurants are. One, because I like my African food, but also it'll give you a sense of where the community is located, right? So you see like a cluster of African restaurants somewhere, and you'll kind of know where the immigrant population might be. So I did that in Barcelona, and I actually found a restaurant that was Sierra Leonean that was right in the middle of Barcelona. It's closed now, but I went to the restaurant. I sat down with the chef, ate some cassava leaf, some patata leaf. I was amazed. I ordered both, and it really got my mind thinking like, wow, there's a lot of Sierra Leoneans like all over the world probably doing amazing things. A lot of us left the country because of the war. And then we have the next generation that was born in other countries that are just doing awesome things. So I got the idea of putting together a directory to help us find each other. All right. So the idea was, hey, if you're going to Spain, I want to be able to go on a directory and find people who are there who are Sierra Leonean who may have a shop or restaurant so I can go and support the community. During COVID, I started to build this out. A lot of indoor time, social distancing. So I built the business directory out. And then I was like, okay, well, I also want to know what events are happening. So we also built an event directory, an event calendar on the Fambul website. And then I really like reading books about Sierra Leone or by Sierra Leoneans, and also watching films of Sierra Leoneans or about Sierra Leone. And so I built out a literature and film library. And the goal ultimately is to have on this library every book or every film that's ever been done by a Sierra Leonean or about Sierra Leone. I want my sister to be able to go on there and find a children's book for her daughter super easily. All right. There's a bunch that are out there by non-Sierra Leoneans, but if there's some that are tailored to Sierra Leoneans, that would be amazing. Especially given that we have, these new generation of children who are of Sierra Leonean descent, don't necessarily know anything about Sierra Leone or haven't been there. And then also people who may have traced their ancestry back to Sierra Leone and want to learn about it. Well, why not give your kids a Sierra Leonean book instead of, some other random book that may be out there? We built out these tools onto the platform, and then we also started to do events just to get people together, which has been really cool. And then, there's a lot of other things that I want to build into the platform. Next, I want to turn it into an app. I want to have some travel resources on there. Right now, there's a travel guide for anyone that's traveling to Sierra Leone, but I want to build a booking tool. I want to build basically a diaspora services app. So anything that anyone from the diaspora wants to do, they can just come to Fambul and just easily do it there. They'll have, the technological ease, but then all the vendors that we have on there will also be trusted people who, if you utilize them for a service, they're going to deliver. So that's the ultimate long-term goal.
And that's awesome. And when people hear that, like myself, they say, okay, now I want to bother you. We have all these new Sierra Leoneans. And of course, you already had mentioned folks who have traced their ancestry back. How do they go about submitting to get on? What is the vetting process? And is there any cost to it?
Yeah, so it's absolutely free to be on the directory. What I actually did is I hired someone to go out and find all the Sierra Leonean businesses that were out there and add them to the directory. But you don't need to wait for us to add you. You can actually go to the Fambul website, create your own individual profile, and then once you have an individual profile, you can create a directory page. Think about it like a Facebook page where you can have like your own individual profile, but then you can create a page for a business. So you can create a page for your business or your brand and have it on there. Same thing for an event and same thing for a book or a film that you have. So a lot of times I'll just do it for people just to make it easy, but the full functionality is on there to do it yourself.
Okay, so if you guys have any issue, you can call whatnot. Because I thought there was something. I was like, and maybe things have changed since. It's like
Mhm.
maybe there's something else that you have to do now. When you create something like this, and again, I'm old school just because I'm old. I've been doing this 20 years, and I can even remember when we had an online radio and our only competition was like Yahoo Music and Live 365. We turned our computers into servers in
Hmm.
Grambling. And I thank one of my mentors for showing Rich Boy and I how to do that, Brandon Richardson. I appreciate you. But when you do this, is there any way that we can support Fumble? How can we help you grow this? Because of course, people like myself want to be seen, we want to be in the mix, but how do we help you grow? And is there any advertising coming down the way that we can support?
Yeah, absolutely. So the advertising is coming. I think the two things that you can do to support right now are number one, create an individual profile for yourself and leave reviews for businesses that are on there that you are familiar with, right? What I want is to, I'm letting anyone create a business, and how we're going to sort through the good businesses and the bad businesses are through the reviews that are on there, right? So just like you would see on Yelp. If there's a business that you love or a business that you haven't had a great experience with, leave a review on there. I ask everyone to go online and leave a review for 10 businesses, right, that you're familiar with. And that'll help make the platform just more beneficial for everyone. And then the second thing you can do is buy some merch, right? So one of the things that we've done is we've created, a Fambul clothing line, and we have some really cool items on there. The entire Fumble platform is self-funded, right? And so there's no charge to be on there. It's all free for users and for businesses. And then the hope is that we can sell some merch, and that'll help offset some of the costs, to run the platform. And then ultimately, as we build it out more, we'll start to think about other ways to generate revenue. So those are the two things. Number one, get on there and leave reviews. And then number two, go on the website and buy some merch and represent Sierra Leone.
Now let's do some house cleaning before people. Again, I always look at what myself as put my PR hat on in the marketing. When you sign up, you can sign up through Google, and some people have, like myself, various Google Gmail accounts. If they sign up, is there a way for you to sign up personally and then add your business, or do you need to have a personal one and then one for your business? Because, like, let's say I have various businesses. Is every business, like, if I want to put my books, or if I want to talk about movies, or if I want to talk about consulting and PR, something that every business needs, what's the best way to navigate that? Because I don't want to flood your servers, and I don't want to just have accounts that aren't always going to be monitored.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you sign up, create one account that's your personal account using like Google or Facebook or LinkedIn login, right? And then once you do that, under that individual account, you can create different pages for all the businesses that you have.